Here's a little review on the Hamilton CarPlay screen replacement solution. Just got it installed last night. Took me a little bit longer than I anticipated due to personal reasons, not necessarily anything to do with Hamilton, but I needed to uninstall BeatSonic that was starting to glitch pretty severely, and that required a little bit more work. So all in all, I think the install could probably run about an hour, hour and a half, particularly if you've worked with radio installs or taking apart your interior and dash. In the LX, things come apart fairly easily. So, but I'm really happy with the display. This is much higher quality, much higher resolution than what we're normally used to with the factory display. They've done a really good job in their tooling. Everything looks very much so like the factory unit. This entire display is new, and it's a drop-in replacement for the factory display. And unlike the BeatSonic module, the majority of modules for CarPlay and things like that are actually housed inside the unit. So you don't have to worry about storing a lot of extra boxes. There's this unit here, and then there is one small box that sits just below the Mark Levinson speaker in the middle there. And aside from that, it's just tooling and cabling and harnesses and things like that. But the display looks really, really good. Currently listening to a little bit of music. This is the new updated iOS 26 beta, so it may look a little different than what you guys are used to. And I've still got to play around with it, but I'm also driving, so I'm trying to get this here. But yeah, so the resolution, I can't speak highly enough about how high quality this resolution is compared to what we're used to. I mean, it's kind of like going from, I'm aging myself here, but going from like a 32-inch fatback TV to a 4K television. It is just much, much better. And so I'm gonna pull over here a bit and show some of the things here. So actually, let me change the display. This is a setting within the new Apple CarPlay system where you can make it a little bit smaller, but this is what it looks like natively. I'm sure you can probably tell this resolution is just much, much better. This is obviously touchscreen, which is something that we're not used to because the previous unit was not touchscreen. Now mine's a little delayed. I still have my plastic sheathing on here. I have not taken that off yet, so I've still got to do that, but this is very much so touchscreen. I know a lot of you guys, like myself, use either Onyx Off-Road or Gaia or something like that if you're traveling. You know, this looks pretty darn good. You can get back to your factory settings here. Obviously, this is what we're used to. And even this, the resolution on this to me is much better than factory. But everything works, everything is lovely. You just press the menu button for a couple of seconds to go back into this. If you want to use your 360 cameras, if I go into reverse, it pops to the screen that I normally use. Go back to park, goes right back to CarPlay. And let's see what else. If I need to adjust the air conditioning, this is something that's new. So with the BeatSonic module, there was no confirmation. You'd have to go back to the factory Lexus setting to see or adjust what's going on with the aircon. Here, I'm able to press the buttons here and get confirmation of what's going on. I don't think I can select any changes here, but it's nice to be able to look and see, okay, I've got confirmation of what's actually happening here. And so that's lovely. All in all, I definitely think it's worth the price of admission. This was around $1,200. So a little bit more expensive than the BeatSonic system. If you're okay with your factory display, they also have a solution that's about $550 that works with your factory unit. And so I think so far, in my opinion, Hamilton's solutions are higher quality than BeatSonic. My BeatSonic unit would drop out of CarPlay just driving down the road. I'd have to turn the car off, turn the car back on to get it to work. And when I took the module out, it had completely started to physically fall apart. I'm assuming just over time, with the movement of the car and changes in temperature, the casing was just very, very flimsy. And so that makes me wonder about the quality of the circuitry that's used. I know that Hamilton uses Qualcomm American spec stuff, and so I'm anticipating it lasting a good bit longer. There's also a 3-year warranty, which is great. I haven't tried Gaia yet, so I wanted to just see what that looks like. But yeah, this display is absolutely beautiful compared to what I am used to and what I have been used to with the previous screen. And so everything works as it should. Music works well. No real issues there. Everything sounds great. You get visual confirmation up top of your volume, which is something that I did not get with the BeatSonic module. Overall, just can't speak highly enough about it. So if you're in the market, definitely give them a shot.